Alrighty, good evening. Welcome to the BNR Racing Network. Season opener of the BNR Trucks. As they take on Richmond International Raceway. For 200 laps, a long race, 150 miles. They will be under the light, so you have a lot of action tonight. So we're going to do the best we can to bring you all the action, all the close-ups, and all that great things around the track. Talk to drivers, keep a close eye on pit road. So that will be that. We will go over some race information here.
Brian, give me a heads up when we go live.
Been live. As you see here, currently at Richmond, Virginia. Current track temp is 93 degrees Fahrenheit. Weather is 77 degrees, 39% humidity, partly cloudy, 9 mile per hour wind. These drivers do get 80% fuel with 4 sets of tires, 200 laps, 150 miles, 1 quick fix, 3 attempts at a green-white checkered, and the cop caution will fly on lap 55, coming to lap 56. So I do see here only 8 fellow drivers did go out and qualify, but that is okay. As we'll go ahead and talk to the he's not on. Okay. Race leader here. He's currently not on, but Zach Deuscher will take the pole with a 22.2. Always good news there. As I get ready to switch over to Grid Up. As we'll go over the starting grid. So starting P1 will be Zach Deuscher. P2 will be Tyler Myers. P3 will be Philip Bridgman. P4 will be Randy Koken. P5 will be Skylar Sigston. P6 will be Sammy Archibald. P7 will be Josh Small. P8 will be William Baker. P9 will be Jacob Carter. P10 will be Deion Johnson. P11 will be Matthew Huntsaker. P12 will be Justin Steves. P13 will be Richard Johns. P14 will be James Bryan. P15 will be Robert Amaro. P16 will be Jason. P17 will be Joe. P18 will be Brian. P19 will be Brandon. P20 will be Kyle Gooden. So as these drivers take off on the grid. What is up, Myers? Thank you for tuning in. So, as we see here, Zach Deuscher will lead these boys to green. As you see there, Jason Adams and Kevin Gooden couldn't get gridded up in time. So they will go around one more time. Thank you, Jaden. So see there's Zach Deuscher in the black number 88. As the pace truck will pull off this time, as Zach Deuscher will lead the field of green there, and Zach Deuscher takes the first laps as they get ready to set sail into turn 1. Zach Deuscher will pull away by a half a second going into turns 1 and 2. See there's Zach Deuscher still setting sail. As we come on by, Philip Richmond gets in the wall. Come back here, Sammy Archibald with Josh Smalls and Jacob Carter. We see Tyler Myers falling down. Something did happen to Tyler. Did get a little loose there. But that is okay. Plenty of laps to turn. So, you see there Jacob Carter looking to make the pass onto Sam Archibald going into turns 1 and 2. This track is all about rhythm. You keep that rhythm going, you will be okay. As you see there, Jacob Carter and Sammy still going at it. It looks like Baker is high up near the wall. Might have made a little contact with the wall. As you see there, as they come to complete lap 5 of 200. As Skylar Sixton looking to attack. Sorry, looking to apply the pressure to Randy Koken there. All about entry, all about how you throttle control everything tonight as they come to lap 6. Coming to lap 7, sorry, my apologies. As Skylar Sixton rocks that 22 TCU Ford truck. As Zach Deuscher and Philip Richmond, the two teammates, sit comfortably 1-2. But Jacob Carter making a strong attack on Skylar Sixton going into turns 1 and 2. As he sets pace down there. Makes it work, makes it stick to get by Skylar Sixton there. As you see, Kevin Gooden is in the pits. Probably a little slip up there. There he is coming out. As you see James Bryan there battling with Joe Stipe. As Richard Johns, a BKM Motorsports team there, looking to get by that 49 of Baker as he hangs strong. Oh, as they made contact there. And that is the first caution of the night. As the contact comes out. As we watch again, the contact that was made by Richard Johns. And the 49, I guess the 49 didn't know Richard Johnson was down there. Ooh, heavy contact to that inside wall as he starts moving. Very unfortunate for Richard, but that is what we see, so. Contact does happen there. They believe they'll get through it, and that will be that. Let's see, Randy, Justin, James. So first caution early on there on lap 12, heavy contact by Baker into Richard Johns. As we watch the battle off pit road, as that was a very vicious pit, as Richard Johns will beat this field off pit road, as Kyle looks like we'll go a lap down, fixing some of that damage, or maybe a speeding penalty. That will do that. Anyway, as the fans at home doing, what is going on? As you see here, I do believe they about almost get ready to get lined back up. For another go round here tonight. They get ready to, as they still pace. So next time they will go double file, I do believe. As Zach Deuscher in first, Philip Richmond second, Randy Koken in third. Oh, I was told to reset. I forgot how to do that. I'm doing well, James. Thank you very much. As you see here, they get ready to grid back up. Alright, as we're gonna re-download Trading Paints here, let it refresh, let it get going. As you see there, Zach Deuscher does pull off to take the green flag as he gets a start there by Zach Deuscher. Alright, I refreshed it, so that's that. Philip Richmond does hit the wall, makes contact coming out of turns 2 there, as Deuscher comes to complete lap 17. There we go, now we're in the right paints here. Matthew Hunsaker does get up into the wall there. Philip Bridgman sitting comfortably P2. As Skylar Sixton looks to make the attack under Jacob Carter there for P4. Oh, as Sammy Archibald hits that wall on top of others there hitting that wall. Gotta let it roll more, boys. Let it roll. Throttle is key here. As James Bryan gets by Joe Stipe there in that 55 no gas racing machine there to sit comfortably P10. Looking to attack on the 37 of Matthew Huntsaker, another BKM Motorsports driver there. Just pacing. And behind Joe will be Brandon LaHillier making his way up to the top 10 there in that 3 machine. But you see there James about to apply pressure to Huntsaker there as Joe Stipe looks to make the attack to the quarter of the 55 there. As we come to lap 22 of 200. As Matthew Huntsaker hugs that bottom and gets that run off perfect, as now we have a pass for second as Randy gets by Phillip there as this battle intensifies. I wonder if that damage is affecting the back of that 4 or the quarter of that 4, messing with the aerodynamics of that 4. As you see there, Jacob Carter gets a great run off of turns 4. Going into 1 and 2 is going to lean on the quarter of Randy as Phillip Bridgman gets a great run off, makes a little contact with the wall. Again, these trucks are starting to plow, getting tight in the pack. Short track racing at its best. We love it. As James Bryan still attempting to apply the pressure to the back of the 37. As Huntsaker applies the pressure to Dion as they make a little contact, and that shoves Dion up the track there. As you see there, Dion does have some left side damage there as Dion looks to get by James Bryan there in that 55. Oh, as they get loose, and Dion clears the 55 as James Bryan looks to make the attack back on the outside. Of Dion, but Dion is going to get the arch in. James is going to have to lift a little early to let it roll a little bit more on the outside, more than what he would like. As Dion hugs that bottom, and James Bryan is looking to stay in the draft to keep up there with him. As everybody's making contact to the wall, as we hear. Oh, as Sammy tries to lean on the quarter of his teammate there in the 37 of Huntsaker. As you see there, Matt has some right side damage as Dion looks to pass Sammy Archibald for that P8 as James looks to close in on Sammy. As Joe Stipe looking to apply the pressure to the 55 if he can get there. Brandon LaHillier is making his way up there. As you see, Sammy gets a little tight on the outside there. That will allow Joe Stipe to close that in a little bit more as Richard Johns gets by Brandon LaHillier. As James Bryan and Sammy battle it out there for that P9. as Richard Johns looks to close the gap in on Joe. Sammy Archibald is going to fall back a little bit, lose that spot, as Richard Johns, as you see there, rocking that BKM Motorsports Toyota number 16. Looks nice, looks beautiful. I will agree to that. As we come back up here, Randy Koken looking to close the gap in on Zach Deuscher as Jacob Carter gets by Zach Deuscher for the lead. I think he might have burnt his stuff up a little bit, but Jacob Carter takes the lead by a half a second over Zach Deuscher. Oh, Zach does have some right front damage there on that 88 Toyota machine there. As Jacob Carter looks to starting to come up on some lap traffic there, as we watch from the fan point of view. Oh, excuse me. As you see, Jacob Carter gets that massive run down the back. Gonna have to maneuver around Will there. I might throw Jacob off, then Jake does get by him cleanly and secures the lead as Zach Deuscher attempting to run back down Jacob Carter. As you see there, Williams going to stay on the bottom as Zach's trying to make the pass around him. Oh, as you see, contact made by Randy as William gets tight, and Skylar Sixton now closes that gap in on Randy, but that makes Skylar go to the outside to get by William there. Now Skylar's looking to apply the pressure back to Randy as Phillip Bridgman closes that gap onto Skylar. Oh, as Skylar makes contact with the wall there, throwing him off as Phillip Bridgman looking to close that gap in on Skylar Sixton there, but Skylar is still looking to apply the pressure to the back of the 48 as Skylar Sixton gets tight, and Phillip Bridgman almost makes contact to the back of that 22 Ford machine. $15 more laps, and then they will have their little calm caution there. Oh, as a lot of contact is made as all these drivers are looking to get clear and away as Matthew Hunsaker gets to the back of Josh Small as they try to avoid William there. But Josh Small is being under attack by Matthew Hunsaker. As now Dion looks to close the gap in on Matthew, as Matthew is applying the pressure to Josh to throw him off, get him a little loose, get him a little snug, make Josh mess up his line if he can, as Josh does a little disappearance there. Now Matthew and Josh is disappearing again, so now Matthew will get secure by Josh Small as Josh Small hangs out on the outside there, looking to get by Dion there. Battles all around. We can't keep up with them all. We get what we can get. That is for sure. As you see, Talamaya's there in that 8 Ford machine behind Richard Johns there. heck? Oh, that's right. Anywho, that's Matthew Hunsaker. As they all try to get by Robert Amaro there, you see Robert Amaro is looking to stay high and staying out of everybody's way.
Brian, I've really noticed these trucks are starting to get tight coming off these turns. The tire wear on these trucks must be starting to show pretty bad.
That's what I'm seeing myself. Which is nothing wrong with that. Which comes into playing your cards the right way and protecting those protecting them tires. As you see there, Josh Small looking to apply the pressure to Skylar 16. Skylar did lose some ground, making contact to that wall for sure. As James Bryan got into the wall there. As James Bryan ends up hitting conservative mode at the moment. As you see there, Josh Small gets by Skylar Sixon, but bringing Dion up the field with him. As they come to lap 49 of 200. Boy, Jason, as you see here, they're ticking these laps away now as they all got into a rhythm.
Oh yeah, I've noticed that. It's been a good race so far. Actually, a good clean race. Better than what I expected to be a short track, Brian.
Oh yeah, you see Richard Johns does a little blinky as the lights turn on here tonight at Richmond International Raceway. As we see the new shaders that they put out for this platform, you actually now see the shadows of the trucks looking a lot better with the lights on. So I see there Justin Steves looking to apply the pressure to the back of Tyler Myers there as he looks to get by Tyler, but I don't think he's gonna quite get it without washing up a little bit. But he cracked the throttle as Joe Stipe sitting comfortably P13, just cruising. Boy, as Jacob Carter has a almost 7-second lead over second place. Jacob Carter's truck is on rails. As soon as that gets cooler out, he just found rhythm. So that is that. You see there Richard Johns just pacing. Comfortably P10, a BKM Motorsports truck. Comfortably hanging out, doing its thing. As you see there, I do believe Joe Stipe was off pace a little bit. Wonder if he's going to the pits. As you see there, contact is made. Oh, by Justin Steves and Tyler Myers there. But they get it together, they get it collected.
Well, Brian, with it coming up to the stage at lap 55, we're going to see a lot of pit action going on, and it's going to be a good race starting out, I think, on this second part after the stage.
Oh yeah, as soon as Jacob gets closer to the line, we will throw the yellow, and that will be that little segment of the break there. And that will do it for that stage there. Little calm caution there. But now, as you know and I know how this turns out. With all these laps left, I do believe they can do it all the way. As you see there, Carter will come into the pits. Now,
They might have the fuel, Brian, but do they have the tires to do it the rest of the way? That's the question.
Well, that is the question. Can they
But I've
do it?
noticed a lot of these guys, we're only, 55 laps in, and some of these guys are struggling, starting to get tight coming off these turns, and having a lot of control issues with getting this thing to rotate. So I think we're going to start seeing probably pit stops again, probably roughly around between 100 and 110 laps as they continue going.
Race up pit road. Jacob Carter, Randy Koken, Zach Deuscher, Philip Bridgman, Dion, Josh, Skyler, James. Let's see if we can get a hold of Mr. Jacob Carter here. Jacob Carter, Mr. B in the booth. You got me.
I got you.
Sir, your truck was wild up, wasn't it?
Oh, it was gripping and ripping.
Why don't you go ahead and let the fans know how that truck started to handle as soon as those lights kicked on there tonight at Richmond International Speedway? Raceway? I can't remember. Raceway.
Yeah, RR. Once the sun went down, it was a rocket ship. It was hitting on the bottom side. It was gripping, and I don't know. It was just like a monster just unleashed from the tires or something. So it was crazy. I was like, dang, let's go then if you're ready. But I was worried about my tires being bad when I got up to Zach. But no, it was like, let's go. I'm ready. He's slower. Let's go. And I'm like, all right, let's go then. So we're up here.
Zach had a almost 2.5 to 3 second lead over you. It looked like Zach got into the wall a little bit, but you end up running them down to have almost an 8-second lead over Randy. So do you think you have what it takes to get to the end now, since that is the only comp caution there? Now you have almost 100 and some odd laps left.
Yeah, I think we got what it's. I think we're okay as long as the truck keeps the way it's been doing. I think we'll be all right.
All right, but I'm going to get you back down there. Will not bother you anymore. Good luck, sir, and have some fun.
Appreciate it.
No problem. So as the pace truck gets ready to peel back off, as you see there, Philip Bridgman and Zach Deuscher, the two teammates, really didn't lose any spots in the pits. Randy might have at least gained at least 1 or 2, but Jacob Carter is going to lead this field back to green here, and the green flag is back off as Jacob Carter crosses the line as they hit lap 61. Well, now it is green from here all the way now. I just see Zach Deuscher looking to get the pressure to Jacob Carter.
Oh, James just got loose coming off of 4 there.
Oof. That will be the second caution, actual caution of the night, minus the stage there. We'll go back and take a look. This says Matthew Huntsaker. So we'll go back, we'll ride on board with Matt and see what happened here. Oof. Brandon LaHillier got a little loosey there, came up, collected the 37. Matthew is okay. Nothing too much for him to worry about there. So we'll go back a little bit. We'll ride on board with Brandon. As here, they were just getting up through the gears. As he cracks the throttle a little bit with his teammate on his outside. As he locks the brakes up to avoid hitting his teammate. And unfortunately, Hunsaker was the victim of that. So that's that. So William will get his lap back. So Robert tomorrow, Joe Stipe will pit. Matthew will pit. Let's see. Who can we...
Right, I don't know if you noticed, right when that caution flag come out, James got a little loose coming off of 4 right there on lap 61. He almost lost it, but he gained control of the vehicle and straightened it out.
I did see that. So
That was some great driving from him.
oh yeah. Man, let's see. Hey, pull up Josh. We'll pull up Josh. Josh. Josh, it's Brian in the booth. You got me.
Yes, sir. Gotcha.
How are you, sir?
Doing pretty good.
You're sitting comfortably right now, P6. How was that truck feeling as soon as the lights clicked on and the track got a little cooler?
I tell you what, she got a lot of grip, man. She's zooming. I'm just trying to hold pace right now and try not to burn them off of it.
I see that. Do you think you have what it takes to get Mr. Carter or Zach Deuscher?
There's a mighty big shoes to run up against, but I'm gonna give it my best, man. As long as I can keep it out of the fence, I'll be all right.
Yes, it does. It does get tricky here, especially when you're starting to tick them laps off, and she starts wanting to get a little bit tight. Overall, do you have enough fuel to get at least quarter of the way to the end? And how are your tires looking?
The tire wear on that run there was good. Still had 75% left, so I'm doing pretty good on the right front. As long as I can keep it that way, this next 100 laps, it'll set me up for the end run.
All right, bud, I'm gonna get you back down there. Good luck, and hopefully you bring her home in the top 5.
I'm gonna try, man. Appreciate it.
No problem. As Mr. Jacob Carter will lead the field back to green again. Well, Jason, not too bad for a short track. There is a lot of patience out there, but different strategies are being played between teammates and not. As Jacob Carter will lead the field back to green again. Going into one, Zach Deuscher will look to close that in as soon as they go. As you see there, Zach Deuscher gets by Randy Koken. Randy having an excellent run here tonight, for sure, as Zach gets a better run into...
Oh, we got a wreck.
Oof. I would say that is. Just as we say it. So the third caution of the night comes out by the 16.
It looks like the 14 drove down below the 16. Got into him from the bottom.
Yeah. His damage don't look too bad, that's for sure. Looks a little nicked and crannied up, but that's about it. 2 teammates there. We'll have to discuss that afterwards. Get a closer look. Yeah, he made contact with the 16. Richard held his line. Sammy just sent her a wee bit too hard in there. And that will do that. So wonder who got the wave around. Oh, Brandon LaHillier did. Alright.
Well, Brian, earlier you said we're green all the way, so I think you might have cursed this thing. I don't know. Let's see what happens from here.
Yeah, I might have. I always say that a little bit too early, but I want to go ahead and talk to Mr. Phillip here. Mr. Bridgman, it's Brian. You have a copy.
Hey, how's it going?
All right. I'm digging the number 4. That is for sure.
It's pretty different, eh?
It is. It looks fantastic, and that's why I like it. So I see you're slipping the sign a little bit, a little tight, but want to explain to the people watching how that truck's doing. How is it in traffic versus how it was being up there in the clean air?
I find it handling great. It's pretty stable. It's, I guess, a little tight on the entry, but that runoff is always great.
Oh yeah. Is the track cooler? Are you able to maneuver around a lot more, or do you still feel a little iffy with the truck? Because I know some people do, especially when the track gets cooler. Like they feel like they have to be a little bit more cautious.
I'm pretty confident with it. Like, I guess I'm not full on hammering the gas. Like, it's definitely still a little bit of an ease in there, but it gets going.
Oh yeah, you're sitting comfortable. P3. You and your teammate are 1 and 3. I see you're getting ready to come back green here. Good luck, sir. Maybe you can park her in victory lane.
Appreciate it.
No problem. So, Zach Deuscher will lead the field back to green here tonight, again, for the 3rd time. Jacob Carter did jump down to the pits, maybe topped off, and hopefully has enough. But Zach Deuscher here is going to lead this field back to green as the pace truck does pull off. On the outside will be Randy, as Zach Deuscher takes the green. As he goes into turn 1, Phillip Richmond looking to make the pass by Randy. Gets great passageway, that is for sure. You see there Josh Small setting his pace, setting himself well, running the track, and just letting that truck grip. Josh is a strong and fierceful competitor in the BNR trucks. He's not a rookie no more. He's now moved up the board there, so that's always good. I see there he's looking to make the attack on Mr. Dion. Dion still has some left side damage there that I believe he never fixed. Boy and boy, as all these boys start getting aggressive, coming to about halfway throughout the race. As Joe Stipe looks to apply the pressure to Justin Steves, but doesn't quite get there in enough time. As Justin Steve pulls away a little bit, Joe can gang on him ever so slightly there, going into turns 3 and 4. But Justin has a good habit of pulling away from Joe. as they come to lap 80. As Jacob Carter sitting comfortably P11. Look to the back of that 8 as he attempts to make the pass on Tyler Myers. Jacob will clear the pass. Now as he gets a little squirrely there. 2 to 13. As Justin Steves looks to make the pass on James there. Doesn't quite get there. As James holding his line as smooth as he can. To the best that he can. Justin Steves having a great run, a great top 10 here tonight. But it's still Zach Deuscher and Philip Bridgman, the two teammates. I don't know who I think. Oh, somebody's in the wall there. Didn't quite catch it. I do believe that might have been Joe. But now the two teammates are 8th and 9th. Jacob Carter and Justin. But Jacob Carter has a lot more fresher. Maybe, I don't know if he took tires. But he has a little bit more speed than what Justin has. So I wonder how their communication's working out with each other. So different lift points, different braking zones. That is what it's going to come down to. Who's going to give and who's going to take? You see the other two teammates behind Carter are Joe Stipe and Tyler Myers there. As Justin Steves looks to get by James Bryan there. But James Bryan isn't giving up ever so slightly. Now he will. He said, alright boys, go ahead and take it. I don't want no part of it. You're obviously a little faster than me. See there, he gives another spot up. Oof. That was close. He came down right in front of Tyler there. But does a good job by both of them. They both didn't wreck or anything. That's what you call a little give and take there. But the question is, how much more is he going to give?
Well, you know, Brian, James could be letting these guys go by, saving some tires, and you might see him back up there here in probably about 15 laps if we stay green.
Oh, yeah. You know and I know James, he's good at saving everything. You know, he raced with you
Definitely.
for quite a few, I guess, years, I would say. I don't know, I haven't been there that long, but Tyler Myers did scrape the wall there, so that is going to apply some aero deficiency to that truck. But as you see here, the two teammates comfortably 8th and 7th as they look to wrap Josh up in their sights. So that will be that.
I'm looking at a lot of these trucks out here, Brian. Looks like the lady in black's done got them, but actually Richmond's got them by looking at the right side of these trucks as much as they've done bounced off this wall tonight.
Oh, yeah. That comes with tight, ill-handling trucks and being thrown off pace like that. But Josh did let it roll a little bit more. Kept it calm as you see Baker's now making his pits. As they just ever so slightly start closing in on halfway. I wonder if Jacob did take tires. I don't know, because... Or he could just be carrying all that speed. Jacob, I know he does a lot better when it's under the lots. And it's a lot more cooler temps out. He can always maneuver that truck pretty good. So, as Joshua Small looks to get under attack by another CM Motorsports driver there. But Philip Richmond, Zach Deuscher keeping it pretty evenly close. Not by much, that's for sure. So Justin Steves trying his ever best to get by at 28. But I'm starting to see some slip away from that 28. Don't know if he's battling an ill-handling car. But as we come to the halfway break, we will do our crank it up portion of the night. So I'll give you guys a little action there as you see Dion hugging that yellow line to get that runoff and to get by Randy. This is about to be the battle for 5th. Dion, Randy, Justin Steves, Josh Small. Josh Small's teammate back there, the 8th of Tyler Myers and James Bryan. That's a good 6-car battle there for 5th there, as we see. Then the one to keep an eye on will be Jacob Carter, if anything. So he's got the speed.
Jacob's pulling away.
Oh yeah,
We got a great battle back there for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th place back there. But as them guys are battling back there in the back, Jacob's sitting there in his rearview mirror, sitting there. He's loving it. He's just pulling away inch by inch.
Oh yeah, as you see there, Randy's hanging on the quarter of that 51 of Justin Steves. Try not to let him break away ever so slightly. But Josh Small is going to apply the pressure to the quarter.
Oh, that was close, Brian.
To the quarter of Josh Small. Almost collected the quarter of the 48. Good brakes by Josh. Threw him off, that is for sure. But now if we look at Jacob Carter, he is now closing in to the back of Skylar Sixton there. I don't know. I think Jacob could set the deal. And
well, Brian, William Baker, he was running 17th, and he had some mechanical issues going on with his computer. So he parked it for tonight in the pits. It's a bad night for him, especially on the first night, to have mechanical issues like that.
Oh yeah, they are now halfway. So far, so good. Love to see it. As Philip Bridgman starts falling away. Well, getting by a lot of traffic. We're going to do our segment of the night, our crank it up. I hope you guys enjoy it, and we'll come back. as we come back. From the action here, as we starting to see green flag pits are starting to become underway. With Randy being your first pit taker. Or did something happen to Randy? Lap 110. Josh Small is sitting... Oh, okay. Josh Small sitting comfortably. Hey, man, no problem. Would have loved for you to stay and finish the rest of it. As Josh Small sitting comfortably P7. You're having a great run, that's for sure. But Jacob Carter, impressively, gotten by Phillip. Now looking to run down Zach Deuscher. That Toyota is just on rails. As you see there, Jacob letting her roll through the turns a lot better. Has the speed to do it. I don't know. Wonder if Phillip's saving. That could be a quite possibility.
Phillip's another good one to watch out for, Brian. He's very good at saving his stuff.
That he is, but you see here, Jacob about to apply the pressure to the back of Zach Deuscher. And Jacob pitted that last caution and was starting in the back. Maneuvered his way through the field as he looks to make the pass on Zach Deuscher. Zach Deuscher says, go ahead, you're obviously a lot faster than me. So we're just going to let you go by. As Jacob sets sails, you see here two teammates, Josh Small and Tyler Myers, 7th and 8th.
Hey Brian, we got some good in-car conversations going on here. Zach asked Jacob what kind of cheat codes you got going on here.
Huh.
As you notice, Jacob's pulling away again.
But then yet again, you know and I know, when you come in that last second, the top off, maybe change a right side pair of tires, you can get that maneuvering through the field. Jacob is very, you know and I know, he showed the speed before we went to that little caution break. He ended up pulling at least 6 to 7 seconds over second place. And I do believe he...
Well, with almost 80 laps remaining in the night's race, if that don't happen to Jacob, he's going to be the car to watch to take the checker tonight. There's no doubt.
Oh, yeah. Or he could get beat on pit strategy, Jason. We don't know. That's always another thing to watch out for because, you know, pit strategy is always key here. So...
Oh, yeah. Speeding in the pits will mess your race all up, or even taking right side tires. It could actually mess your race up because you have the wrong setup. Never know.
Yes, indeed.
I've been there, done that on the track myself.
As they close in on 80 laps to go. Ticking away the laps. I love it. As we see there, Carter almost has a 3-second lead over Zach Deutscher.
Just got in the wall hard. He got some right side damage on that one.
As you see the teammates duking it out here. $123 of 200 complete in the books here tonight. All comes with setting your pace, not pushing hard, letting her ease. We come back here, James. James Huntsaker and Jacob Carter goes to put James Bryan a lap down. As Matthews looking to stay in front of Jacob. To avoid going another lap down. Jacob is just setting the mood in that 20 Toyota. Oh, you see the brake lock up there from Matthew. As Jacob gives a little shot to the back of the 37. As these two BKM Motorsport drivers hanging out in front of Jake, trying to keep him back behind. Anything is possible. Jacob doesn't know where to go, which way. You see there, that throws him off. He gets a bobble, but that will still has a comfortable lead over second. Now they're gonna force Jacob to go to the outside. Oh, you see Joe Stipes. Something happened to him. Got a little squirrely there. As Jacob Carter setting the pace. He's just a short track guy. He enjoys short tracks.
Brian, I think we're going to start seeing some pit stops here. Oh, yep, here we go right now. We're seeing, looks like our first truck on the pit road now, Mr. Bryan. Don't know what he's going to do. I don't know if he's going to take 2 tires or 4 tires or what.
We'll just have to see.
Jacob's really having some problems getting around Matthew tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Matthew's like, nope, you're not taking this spot.
Matthew's making him work for it is what he's doing. Which is fine. You can do that. But when the leader gives you the nose, it's like, okay, now it's time to boot scoot. I see Phillip there hanging out in P5. Ooh, 22-second lap times. Uh-oh. As you see Philip there about to be under attack by Justin Steves. As Zach Deuscher 5 seconds back from Jacob. Hunsaker's still not letting Jacob get by easy. He's making Jacob work for it. That is for sure. As you see, green flag pit stops are now coming into play. This could shake everything up. If I'm Jacob, I'm just going to hang back and just save some fuel there. As we close in on 60 laps to go.
Right, I think I'm probably going to be seeing the leader, Jacob, probably come in and probably about 10 to 12 laps is my calculations, if we're about right. Not sure what he's going to do when he gets on pit road, but we'll keep an eye on him.
Oh yeah. The trick is getting on pit road smooth. Hey, see there, Myers is on freshies, so now he's got to try to maneuver around Carter. As Carter's going to let him go by, he goes, here you go. Take that lap. You can have it. Robin Amaro looks to come down to the pits. As Carter almost has a 9-second lead over second place.
Yeah, that 9 seconds can dwindle really quick if you make a bad mistake on pit road or get a speeding penalty, especially coming in.
Yes, sir, I agree with that. As you see here, Josh Small on freshies. Close it in on Jacob Carter, but he is unfortunately 2 laps down. So he's going to be looking to, Zach Deuscher now makes his pit stop there.
Looks like the 20, Jacob Carter, is coming into pits. Ooh, he almost hit the inside wall coming in.
Yes, he did. As Philip Richmond stays out, and Justin Steves. So you got Jacob Carter, Zach Deuscher, Sammy Archibald, Robert Amaro, all in pit lane. So these guys who are a lap down will now eventually get their lap back. So that is always a good thing. That moved Bridgman up to... That moved Richard Johns up to P2.
Pickup's down and he is out. He took 4 tires, bro.
There you go. 4 tires are always the key. You see Philip Bridgman is now In the pits. Oh, he's still in the pits. Okay. So Philip took 4 tires. So you're going to start seeing a lot of these guys take 4 tires. Caution is out. Oof. So Justin Steves, Richard Johns are all on the lead lap. But that does save Richard Johns and Jay and Justin. Let's go back and see what happened. Something had happened to Zach. Don't know if it was a fresh tire deal or lock her down. Stayed out of the way, waiting for everybody to go by. He will now clear it by. He's good to go. Awesome job, Zach. Way to follow directions, that is for sure. But we'll go ahead and talk to Jake. Actually, no, we won't do that. We'll wait. So Mars will be back on the lead lap. Go ahead and talk to Justin, because I do believe he will be sitting P2. Justin Steves, you got a copy. Says he's muted. Uh-oh, boom, boom, boom. Justin. No? Okay, so we won't talk to him. That's okay. So you see there, these boys gotta let all these guys back around. That's weird.
Well, Brian, this really has turned the pages out there for Jacob for sure tonight.
Oh yeah. Otherwise it says Justin Steves and Richard Johns a lap down. Huh. When Jacob stayed out was like, I don't know. It's probably glitched out a little bit, that's for sure. That's alright. Let's see if we can talk to, I guess he's currently sitting second here. Tyler.
What up?
How's it going, buddy?
Not much, just got the lucky dog.
Oh, I
Going
see.
good.
I see that.
The strategy went out the window with that caution.
I was gonna say, it sure did.
Me and Josh had a little strategy going.
Are you guys back green? No, not yet. Okay. So, explain to these guys real quick how that car is, how it was handling in traffic, and all that other great stuff.
It's
Boy,
handling pretty good. Late and run is actually pretty freaking great.
I see that your truck was starting to dial in, and
I didn't want that caution at all.
you guys had the strategy. It would have worked out. I don't know if you guys are coming to one to go or.
We're going now. We're about to go.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Good luck. There you go. That's that. Anywho, my apologies. Didn't want all that to happen, but you see there. Jacob Carter getting a little squirrely. I guess that caution messed up the lineup there. I don't know. That's weird. But Jacob Carter back in the front. A little under 50 laps to go. Like I said, that's weird. I don't know why. Don't know why I did that. Because now that really threw everything for a loop. $156 of 200 complete here tonight. Who has what it takes to run Jacob down? If you look back here in P2. Unless someone wasn't paying attention when they were getting the wave rounds. That could be. But anyway. So Richard Johns and Justin Steves are the ones with the freshies.
Right, I don't know if you noticed, but Jacob's coming out of the turns as Tyler's coming into the turn. So Jacob's got a whole full turn almost ahead of second place.
I do see that.
And got some lap cars in front of him too to have to deal with to catch Jacob. So he's got his hands full for the next 40 laps.
I do agree, as Josh Small's being under attack by Philip Bridgman there.
Tyler's probably praying for caution right now so he can get lined back up there up front, so he can at least have a shot at taking the win tonight.
$40 laps to go here tonight in the BNR Truck Series. I told you guys we were going to bring you a lot of action. These drivers will be worn out by the end of the night, that is for sure. We'll just have to wait and see. $162 of 200 in the books. Interesting to see how things shake off. And as you see there, Philip Bridgman gets by Josh Small. But Zach Deutscher looking to close in on Dion whenever that is possible. Yes. So I know we got a lot of action this week. Thursday, it's the BNR Xfinity Series season opener at Michigan. Then come on out Friday night, as it is the final and last race of the SRU Truck Series playoff run. Great group of guys. Check them out. You would hate to miss that. Action-packed. Points are close. 5 drivers are competing for one very last chance at that title over there in SRU. And then Saturday night is the BNR Cup Series over there on Repeat 1975. Follow, like, subscribe. Help that man out. Help him get all his viewers up. Help that man get everything. He does our action-packed on Saturdays. If you enjoyed last Saturday, well, wait till this Saturday as the BNR Cup Series heads to the Chicago Street Course. My apologies, excuse me. A lot of us newbies are going to take on that track for the first time, so that'll be interesting. But next week, these trucks head to Atlanta. So, we don't want to miss that. Hopefully, they'll keep the field a little bit more tight-knit and all that other great stuff. As you see there, Jacob Carter going by Brian Schwartz, putting him a lap down. As Matthew Huntsaker, right now, as it stands, is the lucky dog. 8 drivers on the lead lap as Zach Deuscher looks to close in to the back of Josh Small. Jason, we are coming up on 30. We're exactly on 30 laps to go. What a long, excruciating race for these boys, but this is what they want, so this is what they got. So,
Yes, sir. To be honest with you, since this race has started, it's been a great race, Brian. Some great side-by-side racing going on. I got to give it to these guys tonight. They pretty much give it all they've got from start to now. I think we're still going to see a lot more action with just short handful of laps still left to go. But I still think Jacob, no mistakes, I think he's probably going to end up pulling the title out tonight. But we'll see what happens.
yes, sir, I agree with you. But I do believe that little restart had messed everything up. I guess someone wasn't paying attention, and that was that. So that restart did get a little janky. But that's alright. Mistakes do happen. It is only the first race. There is plenty of races left in the season of the BNR trucks. You never want to miss it. Make sure you get everybody to come on out, have some fun. Tune in to watch these guys duke and battle every Tuesday night. 8:25 Eastern Time is when the stream gets clicked up. Right as they take qualifying, and then we bring you some race action at 8:30. But anyway, 174 at 200 complete. Tyler Myers gets by a BKM Motorsports driver of Brian Schwartz.
I think Brian Schwartz is taking it in to get 4 tires, Brian.
That does what it looks like. I don't know if he was caught speeding there. That could be close. We'll have to wait and see on what that pit stop looks like. That is for sure. So, if anything, I do believe Justin Steves and Richard Johns were the safe, as I thought they were safe. But yet again, mistakes getting into pit road can cause that to happen. And yeah, you just gotta capitalize and hopefully rebound next week. As you see here, Jason, 25 to go here tonight at Richmond International Raceway.
And you know, Brian, I'm not going to say this is Jacob's race yet. There's still a lot of races still left to go out there for these guys. Anything can happen in the next 25 laps. And it could shake this whole field up. You could have a 5th place driver come and win this thing before this night's over with. But we'll just see what happens. These guys is pretty much, like I said, give it all they've got all night. I've seen some fighting some tight conditions, some loose conditions. Everybody's kind of running their own line right now, kind of taking it easy. But, yeah, we still got a lot of races still left to go. Let's see what it brings to the end.
Oh, yeah. I'd like to ask the fans at home that are watching, who do you think is going to wrap this race up, and who would have a shot if Jacob ends up pulling it off? Who do you think will be the next closest one to run down Jacob? Let's see the answers we get, but we'll still continue to play close attention on Phillip. Phillip is very good at saving and protecting them tires when it comes to strategy like this. I see there, I do believe Phillip is getting a little tight, but now as we see here, Jacob Carter let Matthew get by. He goes, go ahead, I am not going to.
And I know these guys have got still got a set of tires in their pit stall, so that's not going to be an issue for these top runners.
Oh, absolutely not. That is for sure. You know and I know, Jason, this track can be a little rough. It is a short track. Tire saving can be iffy when it needs to be. And pit road is tricky because the way you got to enter pit road, as we watch here, right down the backstretch, you'll see those dotted lines maybe right about there. And that's where you got to hit pit road. So you got to make sure.
As we saw earlier, Jacob almost got into the inside wall there one time. So little mistakes like that along the way can actually screw your race completely up. And that was a mistake that he almost made that any driver can actually make out there. And I've noticed a couple of other drivers pitting tonight. They've come very close to hitting that inside wall.
Yes, sir. That also comes with diamonding your turns. If you're not careful here at Richmond, right before you get into the turns, there is a little point, especially in 3 and 4, that starts to come out to the safer barrier. So if you're not careful and you don't arc it in right, you're going to hit it. And that could apply some aerodynamic damage to that truck and could throw your truck off, and then you won't have the truck that you had before with as clean as it is.
Yes, sir. I absolutely agree.
I'm phenomenal for that myself. Trust me, I am. When you think you diamond the apex great, sometimes it just don't work. But I see here we're coming up here with 15 to go. Jacob Carter hanging strong, P1. Tyler Myers is sitting comfortably, P2. Skylar Sixton, P3. Phillip Bridgman, P4. As you see there, he has to maneuver around there. P5 from New Zealand, as now I know, will be Mr. Dion Johnson. Great run for him tonight. P6 should be Josh Small. Solid points day for him. P7 will be Zach Deuscher. P8 will be James Bryan. As you see there, trying to get around Zach. But Zach ain't going to make it easy to get around. As you see there, James Bryan does get past Zach. And I do believe P9, which is the last one on the lead lap, still fighting to stay on the lead lap, is Matthew Huntsaker from BKM Motorsports. So BKM's shortly struggling a little bit, but I do believe they can do it if a caution does come out. Speaking of the other one, Brian Schwartz having a rough go here at it tonight, but that comes with a lot of practice and getting comfortable with these cars.
Tyler is looking like he's pulling in Jacob little bit by little bit with being stuck behind Hunsaker.
I do see that, but how much time is enough?
Be there.
That's what I'm saying. How much time does Tyler have? Can he get a little bit more rotation out of that truck? Does he have enough time? Quite possible. We'll go ahead and run on board with him. We'll see what almost 3 seconds look like from his hood. Oh, ain't that one, that's for sure. So you see Jacobs up there. So Tyler is right behind Justin there. So he does have Jacob right in his sights. But as you see here, Tyler does have some damage to that right front hood there. As you see, it is pushed up. Coming to 9 laps to go. So, anything is possible. As you see, oh, Phillip gets tight into the wall. As Jacob Carter still stuck behind Matthew. But now as you see there, Jason, as Tyler slowly creeps in but then loses it. I think he's downshifting in the turns, and that's where he's losing all of his momentum. Because Jacob's hanging it. Go ahead.
Jacob and Matthew teammates?
Mm-mm.
Because listening to in-car radio here, I'm thinking I'm hearing Jacob kind of coach Matthew around on getting a good line going. So I think he's trying to help him out there.
Yeah. No. So the only teammates that Jacob has out here is Justin Stephen. Unfortunately, he's a lot down. Hunsaker is part of the BKM crew, which is him, Sam Archibald, Richard Johns, and Schwartz. But yet again, Jacob has a lot of laps turned here. So, as you see there, Jacob's teammate is closing the gap on him. Tyler is slowly inching in Jason, but I just don't think it is enough time for Tyler to get to Jacob as he come on to 4 to go.
I think the only way we can get anybody to catch up to Jacob out there is if we do have a caution on these late running laps.
Oh, yeah. As we see here, Justin, his teammates with Jacob. So I'm sure he's being guided by Jacob there. As we come into 3 laps to go. Zach Deuscher in danger. Almost going a lap down, but I don't think Jacob Carter's going to do it. Jacob's sitting comfortably right where he's at. He's got a 2.5 second lead over Tyler. As we come to 2 laps to go, you might as well say Jacob has this wrapped up in a bag. So, Jacob Carter.
Matthew just got loose.
Yes, he did.
Right in front of the leader.
I'm sure that's not what Hunsaker wanted. That is for sure. As you come to the white flag there. Checkered flag is out. Jacob Carter will secure the win here tonight at this 150-mile race. A long race for these boys. That is for sure. So as you see, P2 coming up there to congratulate Jacob Carter. As we'll pull up the results here of the race. So we'll get rid of that real quick. As you see here, the teammates duking it out. Everybody burning it down with Jacob, and then his teammate does that. But that is alright. We'll go ahead and see if we can get these boys. In the room here. So I guess we'll go ahead and talk to the race winner here. Jacob Carter, you got me.
I got you.
Wow. What a dominant performance here tonight by you in that 20 Havoline Toyota. What's going through your head right now?
Well, it's the first race of the season. I won.
Well, I see that.
That's all I got. That's all that's going through my head right now. Is I won. I can't
Well, Jacob,
believe it.
Tell us how you did it, man.
I can't even tell you how I did it. I went out there, found a rhythm, and it stuck. And when it did stick, you know, I was telling Justin, I was like, hey, Justin, do this instead of this. And so he started progressing up the field. And so, like, I'm here to help and I'm here to learn. And I'm speechless. I was not thinking I was gonna win this today. So for sure.
Yeah, I noticed it
Blessed.
looked like he was out there helping Matthew a little bit. What'd you think when he spun right there in front of you and saved it?
Well, I'm a man of my word. I told him we get 3 seconds ahead of people, and I'll give you your lap back since you're kind of keeping up with me and we're progressing through the field. But all right, cool. So we're on a gap session right over here. I'm gapping him. He's gapping the person behind him, and so he gets 3 seconds. So I let him by. I was like, okay, I'm a man of my word, you know. And then I started watching his line. I was like, look, you need to start braking a little bit earlier, letting the truck set get in there. And so he started doing it, and then I guess one of those exit corners got him, and he spun out. And I was like, no. So I tried helping him, and I guess they said no thanks.
Oh, yeah. Well, you played the strategy right. That caution must have came out at the right time for you, because your teammate and Richard would have still had to pit, and you timed going into the pits and coming out a lot better than most others. So either way, you probably still would have been safe in the front. But then now you're using up your tires before all the other guys can come out and use theirs. So strategy, well, pitting played out in your favor tonight at this short track. You did it. Congratulations. Next week is Atlanta. What's going to be the mindset going into Atlanta?
Is it the super speedway?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, fun. Trying to keep the notes clean, kind of like today. We only had one running with Robert, and I don't know if he came down on me. I came up on him. I told him whatever. I was like, don't worry about it. Let's go. So keeping the nose clean and keeping myself in one piece will probably be my mindset for next week.
Because you know how those tracks can turn out. It's a 1.5 mile super speedway, so. But
oh, yeah, for sure.
You got your win, which locked you into the playoffs. Awesome job. Always a good way to start the season. Now it's time to help your teammates out, and that'll be that.
Get them going.
Yes. He had the rhythm. Him and Richard were both coming up the field. So always good to see that. Those two progressively getting better as they race each and every week. But anyway, awesome job tonight. Wow, thought when you were riding behind Huntsaker that Tyler Myers was going to run you down, but he waited a little bit too late to make that shot, and that's what that was. But anyway, Mr. Carter, go ahead and do your wonderful little lovely shout outs you have and all that other great stuff.
Or Lord, the baby's mad back here. I want to thank my lovely wife for letting me come out here and race and dealing with the little baby while I'm doing it. I want to thank Haviland for sponsoring the truck and let me run their sponsor on here. I also want to thank Justin. Justin played a good role because he kind of gave me the strategy, and as I was strategizing myself, I was giving him pointers. So teamwork made the dream work, and we for sure got up here with this CMS Motorsports team, and we'll come back Thursday and hopefully dominate again.
Yes, sir. Awesome job, bud. Congratulations on the win again. Keep doing what you're doing. You see yourself getting a lot more. So, awesome job, and we'll get you back.
I appreciate it.
No problem. We'll go ahead and talk to P number 2. Mr. Myers.
Yo, yo, yo.
How's it going, sir?
Very good, very good. Awesome race.
It wasn't bad. Majority of the part was majority green, which is always a good thing. Couple of slip ups here and there, but that's what's to expect at a short track. Your team, some of you guys did pretty good. Some of the other guys looked like they were struggling a bit, but that comes with running the track and not you or the team or whatever or that person overdriving the turns.
Yeah, there was a little slip up in the beginning with the, Brandon there. I think he just jabbed the brakes too much and it spun him out.
That does happen, especially with that brake bias is a little high. Overall, Tyler, why don't you go ahead and give the fans out there an overall rundown of how your truck was and how it was in traffic, how it was in clean air. If you ever got in there, I wasn't really paying attention to that. There was a lot of battles going on, so I was mainly focusing on that. But why don't you go ahead and do that first?
Well, qualifying went well. Started P2, came back. It's rough start, but I came back and finished P2. I spun out like lap 2. I saved it though, but put me back a little bit, and I just steadily made my way back up to the track, back through the field. Shoot, truck felt great most of the night, especially during a late run. I like this as the way it felt. It is turning great. Tires weren't wearing that bad, so.
Which is always a good thing.
At the end, not sure what happened at the last caution, but it kind of helped me in the beginning because it kept me P2. But that lucky dog, I had to start in back, so that put me behind.
Yeah, I did notice there was probably a little confusion there because they had all the lap cars back up there with the first and second place, and it looked like it was
P2 at the last restart, and I was a lucky dog, so of course I had to start in the very back.
Yes, this track is rough when it comes to trying to get everybody back up to time and getting ready to go back green. That's for sure.
I was hoping for the caution after that so I can line up with Jake, but that didn't happen. But good race.
Yes, sir. Next week is Atlanta. What's going to be the mindset going into the new
Survival.
Atlanta? That's what a lot of people are going to say. Yeah. But
with the super speedway aspect, the survival.
Yes, sir. Stay in the back, keep that nose clean, and that's the way to do it.
Yeah, and these trucks, they're iffy there, so we'll see.
Yes, sir. Well, why don't you go ahead, give your shout outs and your thanks and everything else.
Well, well, thanks to Moen, Menards, the good Lord, above. You know,
Oh yeah, you always
this is
gotta thank them.
this is a lovely night. Good race. Have a good night.
You got it, bud. Awesome job on P2.
Yep.
Last but not least, Mr. Sagston. You got a copy? Mr. Skyler. I think you have to unmute yourself. Oh. Alright, 1 second. There you go. Try it now. Oh, here, let's see this. 1 second. You got a
Hello.
copy. There you go. There we go. Now we got you. That's right. Just a little confusion there, but that's alright. A wild run tonight. You settled for P3. Wow. Very long race. I'm sure you're worn out, that's for sure. Good to see you up there in the front, battling it out with all the other drivers and making some tight moves work, shall we say. Why don't you go ahead and give a rundown of your overall race performance of tonight?
Yeah, overall, today's race was pretty damn good. Definitely the transition, the update. Trying to learn new stuff that happened throughout this update. I really just downloaded it 20 minutes before this race, so getting a feel for it, see what happens. I had some damage, quick fix on that competition caution that we had there. And I think it was just more of a learning experience of trying to figure out the new changes and what this truck can handle, what it can't handle, all that stuff. And definitely my driving style, learned something new about this track every single time. Um, but yeah, no, it was overall great race. Unfortunate, my teammate wasn't able to make, or not make, he was here, but he, technical difficulties. But, good to have him. Actually, my buddy at work, Kyle, getting him 57 truck, uh, a little backstory. He used to race in the 57, so I was like, you know what? Since you're gonna race with us, you can have the 57, and I'll switch on over to the new number this season.
Yes, sir. That is very unfortunate for old Kyle. Looked like he probably would have had a fun time out there trying to learn the track at least. He did send me a message. I'm like, hey, don't worry about it. It does happen. Unfortunately, it happens to the best of us at the wrong place, wrong time. But I was looking forward to see him out there showing what he's got, being the new guy coming into these truck series. Next week we head to Atlanta. I'm sure you're very familiar with that. The new one, of course.
Oh yeah.
What's
Oh
gonna?
boy.
Yes, that's what I said. What's gonna be your mindset trying to maneuver around that place?
um, really just see where the race takes you. With this super speedway package and everything on such a small track. Uh, just got to be ready for the unexpected, I guess, and just hope that you got good hands. You got Allstate on your side. Um, but other than that, No, I'm just gonna chill back out. You know, I guess it seems like to be the common plan is just to chill out for the first couple of laps, and then I guess see where it goes.
Yes, sir, indeed, there, Mr. Sigston. Excellent performance tonight. I was impressed very well. I was digging the TCU pin on that, even though I'm a Michigan fan, but that is okay. That'll be a good game on Saturday. That
Oh
is for
yeah,
sure.
at end of the year, go Frogs. That's all I gotta say.
That's right. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Go blue. So there you go. Um, Good points night for you. So overall, there, sir, excellent run. Go ahead, give your shout outs, your loves, and sponsors, whatever you got there, Mr. Sixton.
Oh yeah, no. As you can see, I'm looking for a beer sponsor. Just trying to figure those out. But other than that, yeah, my buddy Kyle, we'll get him next time. But oh, and also you guys put on a good show every single race and every single night that we do this BNR series. Been great. So shout out to you guys for being able to put this on for everybody and us especially. And just looking forward to next week.
Yes, sir, it's always awesome to have you here, Skylar, especially coming from the console side to a new platform on the PC. I see a lot of people are attempting to make their way over here, so that's always a good thing for us. But awesome job, bud. Well, I'll get you back down there with Kyle and enjoy and see Thursday, possibly.
Possibly, yeah, it should be good.
All right, buddy, have a good one.
You too.
Yes, sir. All right, for myself, from the BNR Racing League and the BNR broadcast, we'd like to thank y'all for coming out tonight to watching 150-mile race here tonight at Richmond. I want to thank all the drivers, all the teams that came out to put a good show on. And to everyone watching, once again, thank you very much. Stay safe. Always love your loved ones closer because you never know. But until then, thank you for coming out and enjoying the BNR Truck Series action here tonight. We are back live on Thursday for the BNR Xfinity Series. Until then,